man.
Nazim was a good dude, man. You know, that's he's related to Dynamite, to Carl Doggan, you know. But they ended up sparring. You know, Dynamite was Carl Dawkins was a hell of a fighter. He was the guy that was really supposed to make that 2008 Olympic team. He was supposed to be an Olympian. I don't know what had happened, and he ended up losing to Javier Molina. He just wasn't on his game. I don't know if he wasn't focused, just wasn't training, but he had all the skills to do with it, whatever it needed to get done in that ring. And he sparred Terence Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
Terrence knew that Dynamite in our era, Dynamite was that guy in his particular weight class.
Mm-hmm.
And when they sparred, the spawn was a little competitive. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it. I guess Terrence felt like Dynamite was supposed to get out on him, and
Mm.
Dynamite didn't. You know, and Terrence got on the phone and called home and and told everybody, man, I work with Dynamite. Dynamite ain't all that, this, that, and the third. Now, mind you, we had the Olympic training center. Already, I think we already made the Olympic team, and we had the Olympic training center, so everybody's up there. Saddam Ali, Demetrius Andrade, uh, uh, who else was up there?
2008,
Yeah,
2018.
the 2018. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Olympic, the
A
whole
Rasheed
Olympic team.
Warren. A Rasheed
Rashid
Warren was there.
Warren,
Mm-hmm.
another good friend of mine,
Deontay, Deontay
Louis
Wilder.
Yanez,
Deontay Wilder.
Deontay, Deontay. Who else was up there? What's the guy that fought? He fought. Damn, I can't think of his name. Ali, Saddam Ali,
Tom Ali.
Saddam Ali. You know what I'm saying? They was all up there. We on the Olympic team. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, Terrence got on the phone and called home and was like, "Yeah, I just sparred Dynamite." I guess he was excited and
Mm-hmm.
told everybody, "Man, I worked with him, man. The work wasn't all of that, man." And that shit went around the world and came back to the Olympic Training Center in like 30 minutes.
Mm.
I ain't even gonna lie. And Dynamite got wind of it. Dynamite heard about it. And he came to me. He was like, damn, G. He was like, man, you know, Terrence, he called home and was telling people, man, he just like got at me in spawn. He was like, bro, I've been bullshitting, man. I've been out here, man, playing around, you know what I'm saying? Doing me, fucking with the females, you know what I'm saying? Just doing me. I ain't. He was like, but next time we spar, I'm gonna get in his ass.
Mm.
You know, so it was so funny because next day they sparred, we mind you, we was doing computerized scoring to get us ready for the Olympics.
Sure.
So they had these headgears, these monitors inside the headgear, and they had like a big ass 75-inch screen TV. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever you got touched, it'll bing on the TV,
Sure.
1 point, 2 points, and there was this thing called the mercy rule.
Mm-hmm.
If you was to ever get down by 20 points before the fourth round, they'll automatically stop the fight. That's called the mercy rule. So when they sparred, Dynamite, he was slick. He could box. He could move. You know, and Terrence was more aggressive, but Dynamite mercy ruled him. He 20 pointed Terrence Crawford.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? He 20 pointed him, man. They stopped the spawn.
Mm-hmm.
And Dynamite was in the ring. He was like, mercy rule. And so everybody in there was turned up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was turned up.
Uh-huh.
So Terrence, he was in his feelings. He was mad and all that extra. And he get out the ring. He get to ask people about the spawn. So he walked up to me. I'm wrapping my hands. I'm minding my business. I'm wrapping my hands. I'm in my head. I'm like, damn, Dynamite job like did this motherfucking thing. So I'm
Uh-huh.
wrapping my hands. Terrence walk up to me. He like, man, what you think about the spawn, man? He was running, right? I'm like, well, we boxers, you know what I'm saying? We supposed to hit and not get hit. He was moving, but he was moving with a purpose.
Mm.
So he ain't like what I said and got the frown on his face and yelling and all that. I'm not gonna go back and forth with another grown ass man. So he got his shit split. It
Mm.
was only one punch thrown. It was only my punch thrown. He got shipped the fuck off to sports med to go get his shit checked out. You know, point blank period.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a rumor. This some factual shit. This
Mm.
some factual shit. All that shit that Tank talking, he wish he can catch me in the closed room and all that. Stop playing, shorty. Don't make this shit
Mm.
personal.
Mm.
Don't make it personal. It's business, but don't make it personal. You done seen me knock niggas out from your gym. You done heard about me fuck people up from
Mm.
your gym and all that. Like, come on, man. I've been
Yeah.
a menace out here. Stop it, shorty.
Mm.
Stop it, shorty. Stop it. But nah, it's not a rumor. There's some factual shit.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. What if put it like this? If Terrence feels some type of way about it, if he don't got to fight, I fight him. He can get that shit back. What's up?
You'll fight
What's
Terrence
up,
at
Terrence?
47. You'll
Fuck
fight.
yeah, I fight. Fuck yeah, I'm a cold man. Once again, right now. I'm probably like 138, 139.
You'll fight
But
Terrence at 47, dog.
Man, let a motherfucker walk up to me. He can be 250 pounds. If he get out of the line, he better put his hands up and be ready for a real fucking fight. If he's mad about me being honest about some shit that really the fuck happened, tell Bob to give me a call. We can make a fight happen. He can redeem himself.
He said it wasn't a fight. It was just one punch. He hit him, and that's all she wrote. Now, he now calling out Crawford. He calling out Crawford. He said he's willing to move up to 147. He willing to move up 4 weight divisions and fight pound for pound number 1, Terence Crawford. Man, listen, he got me speechless on that one because ain't nobody moving up 4 weight divisions and fighting Terence Crawford and beating him. I'm going to just call a spade a spade. I mean, if you really think Gary Russell have a shot at doing so, it's one thing back in the day, but now Terence Crawford is a completely different fighter. Let me emphasize.
What's going on, brother? This is Sadiq calling from out of Cali. Hey, brother, I got to chime in. I got to ask this question, brother. So Wilder, when he lost the fight, the first thing he said was that suit was too heavy. We got to address that too.
Deontay Wilder.
Yeah. When he said that suit was too heavy,
he didn't say it. His team did.
Wilder never said it?
Wilder never said it.
Oh.
See, that's where the confusion went. Wilder never said the suit was too heavy. Their team, they got asked why was Deontay Wilder off, and they said they blamed it on the suit. And that's why Deontay Wilder afterwards came out claiming there was snakes in his camp, and he had to get rid of them. Deontay Wilder never made the excuse. So we gotta clear that up. But it's what's funny.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Russell, he came out of nowhere claiming that he broke Crawford's jaw, right? And then we obviously, for the people that don't know, Gary Russell was a beast back in the day when he was as an amateur. He was beating up everybody. Like, I heard so many stories. I seen so many videos of Gary Russell kicking ass, right? But
that's true.
Right. Nevertheless, though, the fight is not realistic in the pros because now Terence Crawford is a completely different beast and a different animal. He already moved up to 147. He grew more than Gary Russell have. So what's your take on Gary Russell claiming he broke his jaw and him moving up 4 weight divisions? If he feel like Terence Crawford want to get him back for that, he willing to give him the opportunity. He's willing to face him and move up 4 weight divisions.
I don't see him moving up no 4 weight divisions. Beating Crawford, I think that's a long road to travel. But as far as him breaking his jaw, did Crawford deny it? No, I don't think it's realistic, man. That's just too far of a stretch for Russell. Crawford would be at 154 before Russell moves up. You know what I mean? Russell just trying to get a fight. To be honest with you, man, nobody's fighting the man. They need somebody. He need to fight somebody. He done called out Haney. He done called out Tank. He called out all the top names, and he got to bounce back off that Loma fight. That's the one that he needs to be chasing.
Right.
Forget everybody else. Get that L off. That set him 100%. 100%. He got to fight that man again.
Yeah, he does have to see Lomachenko. That's Lomachenko's best win to this date. You know what I mean? So he does have to see him.
Check this out. Let me ask you this right here, though. Right? Check this out. So when everyone questioned, Mayweather lost to Castillo, Mayweather lost to Maidana, what did Mayweather do? He came right back. He ran it right back and got that rematch. Andre Ward did the same thing when he fought Kovalev the first time because everyone raised a whole lot of noise. He came back and destroyed him. So my thing is, how come these fighters like Gary Russell, how come he couldn't get right back in the ring with Lomachenko again? That's the problem.
That's the problem in the sport of boxing. I mean, that was Lomachenko's best win to this date, but you know,
To this day, period.
right?
Hey,
Lomachenko.
so that's like 3-4 years. How long ago? That's like about 4 years, 3-4 years ago. Am I right?
Yeah, it's been a long time. You know, 4 or
That's a
5
time,
years.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was 2014, if I'm not mistaken. It's been 6 years.
Okay.
You know, so that's the issue in the sport of boxing. Gary Russell have to move up divisions, you know, in order to get a fight. I mean, he can't fight the best at his division, and that's what's wrong with the sport of boxing, that the best don't fight the best. And eventually when the fight happened, I mean, they didn't drag the fight so much that fans already kind of tied up and they're not as interested. I mean, you see the UFC, for example, there was a fight that was so hyped up, Masvidal and against Usman, and they made the fight happen in like a 1 week notice. It was like
1 week notice.
Man, and that's what we missing in the sport of boxing. Can you ever imagine Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lomachenko get made in 1 week notice? Like that's...
Hey, you know what? Boxing needed a person like Al
Heyman.
Well, definitely Al Heyman. But other than Al Heyman, they need the can't believe I forgot Dana White.
Dana White, yeah.
Dana and De La Hoya can kick rocks. We'll put Dana White in that position and let Al Heyman run PBC and let Dana White run the mother and we'll have all them fights made.
You know, being a smaller man, he said, I'm willing to come up there and do it again if you don't like what I'm saying. Now, Terence Crawford was raised up in the hoods of Omaha, and Mr. Gary Russell was raised in the hoods of Maryland, which is where I'm from. Those are things that are not taken lightly. That is a serious, serious challenge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what?
That's challenge somebody's manhood. You can't turn that down. You can't turn that down.
Yeah, you can't turn that down. I mean, like what Crawford should do, he should say, "Listen, man, I can't fight you, but I'll spar you wherever, whenever." You know what I mean?
No. You can't do that. No.
You don't think because he's not going to be able to fight him. I don't think he's going to be able to fight him.
His manhood. This goes deeper than boxing at this point. This goes deeper than boxing. His manhood's been pulled.
Right. He done pulled his buttons. He done pulled certain type of buttons. Now, obviously Crawford, he's saying that, you know, he's clout chasing off his name, but you see Crawford, he didn't deny the allegations or the fact that, you know, Gary Russell claimed he clapped him. Like I said, you know, Terence Crawford talked about this in the past. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. You know, at the end of the day, you know, people fight. You know what I mean? People get into scuffles. Somebody get the first lick. We nearly saw Terence Crawford almost do Benavidez the same way if Benavidez didn't move his head. You know what I mean? So people get to scuffles. People get into arguments. However, Gary Russell, you know, he did my man Greasy.
Akhi, I'm not bad man calling from DC.
Yeah,
Terence Crawford and Gary Russell situation.
Go ahead.
Deontay Boxing Nation put the 5 years ago. He did an interview with Todd Herbie was there.
Okay.
He had to break his jaw because Todd Herbie was saying that he don't think Terence will do well against Earl Spence. No, not Earl Spence, but I apologize. Against Matisse, when Matisse was running 140, he was like he wouldn't do good with none of the heavy hitters because he ain't got no chin.
And what he say?
And then he talked about the Gary Russell because he was like, him and Gary Russell got into a scruffle. And, you know, it ain't go well for Terence Crawford. But he wasn't trying to say that Terence Crawford got his jaw broke. He was like he wasn't going to put all the information out there. Go look it up. It's on Deontay Boxing Nation.
Yeah, no, I know my man Deontay. Shout out to Deontay. That's the best doing it. But see, Crawford, like I said, he even talked about it to some reporters. I won't reveal who the reporters
are. But he's downplaying it. No, he's downplaying it.
No, Crawford,
he acknowledged.
He acknowledged. He was
no,
like,
he ain't acknowledged. He said, I just saw your interview. He said to your man that he got the interview with. Gary Russell just told me he ain't break my jaw. He got his jaw fractured.
I mean, he ain't gonna say all that. Of course, he gonna.
I know he ain't gonna say all that. But and you keep on saying that Gary Russell can't beat him. Won't y'all lie before the fight and give him a chance?
Man, listen, man, you trying to violate Gary Russell, bro? You got something against Gary or something?
No, that's my little brother.
But why you trying to get him
Violate
beat
him.
up? Why you trying to get him beat up, man? Like
He gonna get beat up. Man, he will fuck Terence Crawford up, man.
you think he gonna what?
Listen. Don't you listen. For real, I'm dead serious.
Okay.
I'm dead serious.
How
The
you gonna
Lomachenko
stop him,
fight,
though?
listen, he's gonna fuck him up. What
Okay.
you talking about? Gamboa almost slapped him. And Gamboa the same size as Gary Russell.
But people forget Gamboa was the shit back in the day. People think
Man, Gary Russell the shit. Y'all just look. Man, Al Heyman, PBC won't give him a chance.
listen.
Somebody.
He
No,
listen.
listen.
He the most
Listen.
feared. Gary
All right,
Russell the
cool.
most feared at
All right.
126 for a reason.
All right,
But that's
cool.
126.
Cause he a fucking he's
Listen.
a fucking. Won't you let me get off?
Okay,
Let me
go
get
ahead,
off,
go
and I'm
ahead.
gonna let you get off.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's the most feared. Listen to this, Tank Davis. When somebody say something real vicious about Tank Davis, what he do?
What he do?
What he do? He get on Twitter and rant. Every time Gary Russell say something about him, he don't say shit. He don't say nothing. The proof is in the pudding. You can go back and look at all the interviews. When Terence Crawford said something about him, he went on Terence Crawford. When Tevin Farmer said something about him, he went on Tevin Farmer.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I never questioned Gary Russell. I know Gary.
Nah,
the
listen.
truth. My complaint
Listen,
about it.
but
Dog,
once
so
you-
let me get this
All
across.
right, y'all keep on saying, but y'all. All right, go ahead.
Nobody said Gary Russell is not a beast. We know he a beast, but 4 weight divisions is
But
a
y'all-
huge jump.
yeah.
You cannot
He
make that.
come from.
You can't.
But
make-
listen, y'all
Listen,
let
say my
Mikey
piece,
Garcia
man. Let me
do.
say
Go
my
ahead.
piece,
All
man.
right, go ahead, Akhi. Go ahead.
So Gary Russell, you asking too much from him if you want him to move up 4 divisions. I know he said it too, but of course he's gonna say that because he's just that type of a guy. Like I'm pretty sure he willing to do it because he got that type of character. But doesn't mean he gonna give Crawford a fight. It might be competitive the first round. But that's all she wrote after that because Crawford is no longer that same guy from the Olympics days. He grew so much, and I'm not just talking about his size and his physical. I'm talking about his skill. And let me tell you this, Gary Russell is not a power puncher. Gary Russell is not a power puncher. Crawford is a power puncher, and he will stop Gary Russell because it's just too much of a weight jump. And if you don't think that is, I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
Listen, because I done seen it. I done seen my little brother fight 147 pounders, 160 pounders, and beat their ass at the age of 14. So I know
Gary a beast.
No. Won't you listen? And then Terence Crawford, y'all keep hyping him up. He haven't fought a dog yet. Y'all keep on talking about his skill set. He haven't fought a dog yet.
So what about Devin Haney? What about Devin Haney? What about Devin Haney?
He'll fuck Devin Haney up.
So,
come on, man. Listen.
You think he move up 2-weight division? You think he move up 2-weight division and fuck up Devin Haney?
And fuck him up.
Why? So why you think that is? Because you got Lomachenko avoiding Devin Haney. He want no part of Devin Haney.
That's Lomachenko.
Lomo was the guy that wanted Gary Russell at the time when they fought.
Cause why? They was both fighting for a vacancy belt. Cool. Gary Russell didn't have. He wanted to fight no more dog. All right. Cool. But Gary Russell was over 5 pounds and had to get in the sauna and still made it through the fight. He still made it through the whole fight.
I bear witness there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the Bungle fight. Thanking you.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.